Hello, guys.
So I just got home from work like half hour ago.
This time it's wine.
Lambrusco from Italy.
I just spilled it all down my wall, onto the ground, behind the couch. I've tried filming this twice already. My dog keeps interrupting, and then my boyfriend called. And now I'm spilling my wine. Alright, be right back. I'm back. I got a different cup. We got ET.
He's a little bit more sturdy.
And he fits in the
Coaster. Anyways, so I was at work all day and didn't really get busy up until like quarter till 4. So I had a lot of time on my hands, and I was on Pinterest and Facebook and Instagram, and I took a bunch of quizzes and dumb stuff. And then I thought, what are the? I know that there's like tag videos that I could make because I'm like, what's my next YouTube video gonna be? Um, I'm too broke to do a haul. It's like kind of too early for Christmas stuff. Well, it's like not, but maybe. I swear to God, I've been hearing things. So, anyways, I decided to do the alternative girl tag. I wrote all the questions down because I filmed with my phone. There's just 7 questions, but I'm rambly and I get sidetracked. Now my ear's ringing and I know it's the aliens. Oh God, I can't.
It's the aliens or it's ghosts, and I really freaking 2
Doors behind me, like the
I'll be staring at, just waiting to see something
come out. Like that's how my brain works.
I swear to God. Anyway, so let's just jump right into the tag. The alt girl tag. Okay, number 1. Describe your style.
I've always described
I mean, like, when I was younger in like middle school, I would say that I'm punk rock, and then people would call me a freaking poser and stuff like that, which I never understood. I'm I never understood that. I'm 11 years old, and you're 11 years old, and you're calling me a poser. I don't understand because I'm literally like still pretty much the way that I've always been. I've literally been into some of the same bands since I was 11 years old, and that's when I started getting into this shit.
but I guess I would
Would describe my style now as like elevated, relaxed punk rock and just alternative. I think alternative is a great word to describe um, people in the
I hate to use labels, like the goth.
punk, emo, whatever. But like those are different
Things, but I feel
like if you don't identify as one of them, but you like to wear like dark clothes and listen to alternate like punk music or whatever, metal music, whatever kind of music, alternative is like you're just alternative. So yeah, but I've always more so identified with like punk rock and stuff like that. So yes. Number 2, how did you start wearing different clothes, hair, piercings,
etc.
um
Well,
it all started when I was 11. Actually, and this is why people call me a poser because my first favorite band ever was Good Charlotte. Are they punk rock? No, they're not. Did I used to say that? Yes, I was 11 years old. I had no idea what the heck or what else was out there. But honestly, good old GC,
really, I mean, they got
me into all the punk bands I was into. Benji Madden, he was in Rancid music video, and he was, always wore Social D shirts and this and that, which made me listen to those other bands and fall in love with them. I fell in love with this music, and I still love this music to this day. Not so much Good Charlotte. They sucked after the first 2 albums. They kind of went downhill after the very first album, which is not Young and Hopeless. It's a self-titled album, and it's still really dear to my heart and got me through everything as a teenager, And that's what you're just trying to do when you're teenagers. Just get through it. If it wasn't the best for you, you know. But so I think I started listening to music and stuff when I was 11, and starting to like skulls and dark stuff and things. And on my 12th birthday, it was in September, I got like my first poster. I got my first choker. It was this like velvet. I can't believe I remember this. It was this velvet choker and it had little rhinestones, but it was black velvet. I wore the crap out of that thing. I wish I had pictures or video of my old room. Like, you could not see wall. It was posters. I loved it. It was like, it was just my sanctuary, you know what I mean? Just full of art and whatever I wanted to create. And, you know, I would ask my mom, can I hang stuff up? And then it was, Mom, can I write on the walls? Do you care if I put stickers on my dresser? And then she totally regretted it after she told me I could do all these things. And I'm like, Mom, you told me I could do all those things. But yeah. And then when I was 15, my mom, me and one of my best friends at the time, um, really wanted lip rings. So we got both of our moms to go take us to a tattoo shop so we could get our lip piercings. Um, and in seventh grade, which I was 11, turning 12, um, is when I started coloring my hair. I've been coloring my hair crazy colors since, 12 years old. The first thing I ever did was red manic panic. I wanted red streaks in my hair. Well, I had my natural hair color is like a light brown, like maybe a level 5, level 6. But I had my sister put the manic panic in my hair, and it wasn't that vibrant. I didn't realize you had to bleach your hair. And then once I realized that and got into it, I mean, me and my friends would, like, me and my one friend would have sleepovers and just bleach each other's hair and do crazy colors. I've had every color under the sun. I need to, when I edit this, I'm going to find some old pictures, hopefully. And this was before, Facebook. And this was even pre MySpace. When we were in high school was when MySpace started to happen. Um, so I should have some pictures from that time. But yeah. Um, did your parents accept your style? Not at first. No one did. Everybody, my whole family called me like Aussie and would like make fun of me. And my mom, I remember looking through the Delia's catalog, like going back to school one year, and there was these like boots, and they were black boots, and they had a skull on the back, and there was something else I liked, and it happened to be black and had the skull or something like that, and my mom was like, "What is?" And I love my mom, and she's totally like she's a witch now, and I'm not mean that in a bad way. I mean literally, she's into like Wiccan kind of things, and she loves Jesus, but she's just more open minded now. And back then, it really wasn't big. It wasn't a big thing to be like that. There's only a handful of people out of school or whatever. But what am I thinking? Oh yeah. So I saw those boots or whatever and the stuff that I was picking out, and she's like, "What is the deal with this? Like, do you want to be evil? Like, do you like the devil?" And I'm like, "What? Like, no. I like it. I don't know. I didn't know why. I just liked it." And also, I was dealing with a lot of death. All my grandparents died. I had um, 6 grandparents total, with 2 of my great grandmothers, and then my nana and pap, my grandma and grandpa. My pap, he was my best friend, and he died when I was 12. and it really messed me up, and it put me in a dark spot. Plus, I was always getting made, well, the other questions were asked, but anyway. So they weren't so accepting, but now, and you know, my dad's side of the family is all like, it's a phase, it's gonna pass, and blah blah blah, and it's like, it is how many years later? It is literally 17 years later, and I'm still who I am. I mean, like, granted, it was a little bit more intense back in the day. Now it's a little more crazy, and you know, but I feel like I'm a more polished version of what I was back then. And I'm still not very polished, but it's the only other word I could use to describe that. Okay. Number 4. Have you ever suffered bullying for being different? Yes, I have been bullied my entire life. My entire life. Before the bullying about, you know, the darkness or whatever, um, it was me being bullied for being fat, and I've been overweight my whole life, even as a child. Like, I was never skinny. I was not even, like, I wasn't a skinny 3-year-old. I wasn't a skinny 5-year-old. Like, I've been chunky my entire life. Um, and it sucks, and, like, I still deal with problems about it, but, other than that, when I did start to wear stuff like this, like, I always got called a freak, and I would walk through, like, halls, especially in, high school, and like this dude, his name was Dennis, I freaking could not stand him. He would literally go like this, like, as I walked down the hall, and like be like, oh, are you gonna curse me, and yada yada. And I would, like, I think I used to like hiss at him and shit, because I mean, like, if you're gonna be obnoxious to me, like, I'll try to freak you out, I guess. Or at least I did back then. I think I did, which didn't make it better, but I mean, shit. What do you do? You know, what do you do? I wasn't gonna like cry in front of him or whatever, but it really messed me up. I've just always been made fun of a lot. So yeah, and I could have. I mean, like, I don't know. I had my group of friends, and that was it. Everybody else I could have cared less about. I feel like no one liked me that much. So well, I actually even got made fun of by teachers, um, for my weight. My gym teacher for makeup and clothing and stuff by some other teachers. And then in high school one time, let me paint you the picture. I was wearing a T-shirt that had like a thing on it. I'll tell you what it said in a minute. I had a tie on with a bunch of pins. I had a blue, pink, and black plaid skirt on that had patches all over it and safety pins. I had, like, hot pink and black striped stockings on, and a chunky boot. And, and yes. So I was on my way to homeroom. I mean, nothing was an inappropriate length. Nothing was whatever, you know. My hair wasn't a crazy color at that time. Like, one of the ladies from the office pulled me, literally, like, yanked me. The bell rang. Everyone's walking to class. She's like, "You're coming with me." Like, yanked my arm and pulls me into the office and is like, "You need to change your clothes." And I'm like, it was like, you're getting wrote up. You need to see the principal. Like, you're causing a distraction and everything. And I'm like, what do you even, like, nobody is distracted by me. Like, they either hate me or think I'm goofy, but it's not going to affect their classwork, I promise you. Holes in my jeans, but I wore tights underneath. I wore, like, my striped tights underneath. Still wasn't good enough. So yeah, I have had my fair share of issues back in the day. What was the most outrageous look you've ever had? I mean, I don't. Maybe that look. I used to wear the red makeup all over my eyes. I used. Oh, I had like, my hair was long, but I had like a shorter layer cut, and I would mohawk that. That might be crazy. And my hair was blue and black at the time. But yeah.
have or have you had tattoos or piercings? Yes and yes. Let me think. One. Do you count a foot tattoo that is like together one or two tattoos? I'm gonna count it as two because it's on both feet. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 8 tattoos, I believe. And I just have my nose pierced right now, and I have tunnels. I have had this pierced. This is the 3rd time it's been pierced. I pierced it once and thought that I had to grow up and take all my piercings out. At that time, I also had snake bites. I have had the side of my nose pierced, and the guy didn't pierce it right. The first time I had this done, they pierced it wrong, and they pierced it with a huge nipple ring, and it literally hung down to my lips. And then one morning I woke up, and it was coming out of my nose. Like, it was, like, ripping my nose underneath. And then I had it done a second time, and that one was like, I don't know, this is probably a 14 gauge, and that one was probably like an 18 or a 16. It was just really too small. It didn't look right. It's the 3rd time I got it done at Hell City, which is a tattoo convention, and I've had it ever since. These I started doing, I think, later in high school, maybe like senior year, maybe? Yeah, senior year or something, junior year. I actually always said that I never wanted them because the stench of your ear smell is so bad. My friend had them, and she would clean her ears and wipe the shit on my books, like, to be a jerk. And it was so, because it drove me crazy. It was so rank. But here I am with them. I liked them. But I used to be one size above this. I think I'm a 5'8" right now. I've literally had the same ones in for like 2 years or something. But yeah. And then okay, my lip piercings. So I took out my snake bites, and now I just have this. This was my first tattoo. All the World's a Stage. I don't really like it that much anymore. I don't like the font, like, at all. And I need an apostrophe on my S, which back in the day, they were like, do you want an apostrophe? I'm like, I don't need no. I thought that would look weird, but now it's grammatically incorrect, and I'm like, Shelby. What would you say to people who are suffering or being judged for the way they look? Those people that are judging you, they don't even matter. Will words maybe stick with you, and thoughts of like what they've done to you or said to you stick with you? Yeah, they do stick with me. I try not to, I don't think about it every day, but if I'm reading a question about it, like, I can remember, I know who like was mean to me and who made fun of me and things like that. But at the end of the day, like, especially if you're in middle school, if you're in high school, like, that is such a small part of your life compared to the grand scale of your life. And when I see kids committing suicide because other kids are so mean, it makes me so upset, because that is not life. Like, that is not the ending of your life in school. And there's so much more out there, and you just need to be yourself. I love people who are just themselves, unapologetically themselves, and we have a lot of role models like that out and about nowadays. So yeah, try not to let it get to you. If you have one friend, that's all. You stick with your friend. Try to be friends with good people, because I have had, you just be a friend, just be a good person. And if you see other kids or people getting made fun of, stick up for them. I always did. I always stuck up for them. Even, like, some of the, like, people who got made fun of all the time made fun of me, and I still stuck up for those people, because it's the right thing to do. Why do you want to be mean? I never understood. And it still haunts me to this day. In elementary school, taking it way back, I was friends with these girls that were kind of mean, and they made me
told me that I had to go call this kid who like wore glasses and kind of had a bigger head, go call him an egghead. And I ran up to him and I called him an egghead. And I will never forgive myself for that because I let stupid kids peer pressure me into being mean to somebody else. And that's terrible. You just shouldn't. I mean, what's it doing for you? Nothing. Nothing. Laugh at something else. There's lots of other things to laugh at. Yeah. But that was the end of the tag. That I feel like that didn't last that long, but maybe it did. But yes, guys, I'm gonna finish my wine and I guess try to do some dishes that I really don't want to do. But I will see you guys next time.